super cute.
Okay, so you guys just saw my little sidekick Melanie introducing you to some of our snakes, and now I want to personally introduce you to Cleopatra. She is our fire corn snake, and she is about 2 years old, I think. We took her in a couple months ago. We love her so much. All right, so this is Cleo. She's a fire corn snake. She's actually one of our favorite snakes. I think corn snakes are probably the best pet snake. They're very friendly, never seem to be too aggressive at all. So I'd say, you know, if you're thinking about getting a snake, your first snake, this would definitely be a good one for you. They start off really, really small, like worms, but they get big. They do get bigger. She'll probably get a little bit bigger, not too much bigger, but she likes to explore a lot. She's very sweet, very gentle. Hi. Hi, baby. And one thing I love about this snake is her underbelly, because she's got a lot of like white spots. And I just think it's really cool. And the corn snakes usually have that iridescent look to them, which I don't know if you can really see, but let me get her up here a little bit. See the white underneath? That's very pretty. I think this snake is absolutely gorgeous. Aren't you? She, I think, is still kind of on hopper mice. We feed all frozen thawed, fresh frozen thawed. Like I said, her temperament's really well. She loves to explore. They love to climb. They love to check things out. And I think she's probably gonna shed soon. I didn't see her go into blue, but I can just get this like feeling underneath, like her skin's almost dry underneath. And that's usually a pretty good sign that they're gonna shed soon. So after I put her back in her tank, I'll probably hike the humidity up a little bit and see if maybe she's ready to shed. And the corn snakes have, to me, the best sheds ever. Like, they shed their whole body, eye caps, everything at once. I've experienced really good sheds with both of our corn snakes, whereas the ball pythons are a little bit more trickier because you have to have the humidity up a little bit more, and they seem to shed more in pieces. But the last time she shed, it was just a full body shed. Usually I keep their humidity, I want to say, between like around 40 to 50, but when they're shedding, I like to hike it up at least like another 10 or 15 degrees. Seems to do pretty well. I've had some of my corn snakes shed without me knowing, and I didn't hike up the humidity at all, and they seem to not have any issues with that. So I would say as long as you have it at around 50, you should get a pretty decent shed. The size of the tank should be at least, if you measure the front length of it and then from top to bottom, the snake should not exceed those lengths added together. So she's in a 20 gallon. She's pretty small, but you know, if she gets a little bit bigger, we might hike her up to a 30 gallon. And she's growing. I mean, she's gotten definitely bigger since we got her a couple months ago. I'm trying to show you the size of her. Like I said, she's probably close to full grown. She's about 3 feet, so I'd say maybe another half a foot, maybe a foot, but I doubt it. I'd say another 6 inches or so. But you can see kind of how long she is. You know, they're really kind of small snakes. They're skinny, but they are super strong, very strong snake. So she is a constrictor, and you can definitely tell when she gets wrapped around you. She'll cut off some circulation. Another reason why corn snakes are great starter snakes is you can see they have very small heads, so their teeth are tiny, very small. So their bite would be not not bad at all. I've never got bitten by a corn snake, but I would think that their bite's not too crazy. I hate to say this, but we did recently, currently have a little bit of a mite outbreak, and you know, I keep hearing that if you have snakes it's going to happen, and I kept thinking, no, it's not going to happen, because we're usually really careful when we bring in new snakes, but we did have a little bit of an outbreak. The reason that I found out was because one of my larger ball pythons was soaking herself in her water dish, and they say that's usually a sign because she's trying to soak herself and kill the mites. So we went online and bought provenamite, which everyone recommends and I recommend as well, and we're kind of in the process of spraying down all the tanks. We brought a tank that we have upstairs that we're transitioning each snake into while we get their tank sprayed down. So if you want more information on how that works, I would probably just check out the website. It tells you, you know, how to use it, and we'll go ahead and put a link in the bottom so you guys can check that out. But it's a pretty grueling process, but we're getting there. I have not seen mites on all of the snakes, but it's pretty much guaranteed. You have one snake with mites, it's gonna make its way around. So the best thing to do is, if you have one snake with mites, is to just spray everybody down just to prevent it, because they definitely move from tank to tank. Our thought was that we recently brought in a savanna monitor and they require dirt. So we had bought a bunch of dirt to put in his tank, and I think that probably is what caused the mites. I'm guessing they came from that dirt. So even though it was dirt without any additives or anything, so they say if you've never had mites before, that it could come from almost any outside source. So it could be, like I said, your substrate. It could be from any other snake that you bring into your home. So we've gotten a couple new snakes recently, and we always check for mites, but it's not always a given. All right, so we're out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and tune in soon because I need to introduce you to a lot more of my snakes, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.